Hello, this is Angie with Country Chic Cottage. Using duct tape, a variety of duct products, to make some fun holiday gift bags. So these are just a few, I dropped that. These are just a few examples of the bags I'm going to show you today. I have a wide variety of bags to show you, as well as a wide variety of techniques on how to make them. So let's get started. I did forget to mention this Hangout is sponsored by the Duck brand as part of a series on craftyhangouts.com. So if you are interested in learning on more ways to use duct tape in your holiday decorating and crafts, then be sure to tune to craftyhangouts.com for tons of ideas. All right, let's change the webcam. Now you can see me. Okay, so variety of techniques on how to do this. We'll start with these small bags I have here. I have a variety of different cutouts that I made, and I actually used the Duck brand sheets for this, and I used my Cricut Explorer to cut these out. So any kind of electronic cutting machine that you have, if you have a Silhouette or a Cricut, then these are perfect for that. A few tips on cutting the duck sheets: try to choose shapes that aren't real intricate. If you can see the shapes I've chosen, this is probably the most intricate one right here. But the more intricate, the more difficult it is to cut the duct tape, so be careful of that. And then all you have to do, so these small craft bags, I like the silver on the craft paper bags for some reason. But these small craft bags come, the type I'm using, come from a website called NashvilleWraps.com. But you can pick up any type of paper bag or gift bag that you like. Cut out any size duct tape, stickers that you like with your electronic cutting machine, and then just peel them free. Every once in a while, the strands of duct tape kind of like to stick together like fabric strings. So just use your scissors to trim those if you have any of those, or you could use like a craft knife. I am going to be using some amazing scissors from Fiskars that are intended to cut duct tape, and they really do an amazing job. This is the green handle scissors you see here. So if you're working with a lot of duct tape crafts, I would definitely recommend picking up a pair or two of those Fiskars. So just center it up, press it down, and you have a cute gift bag for the holidays. So while I was cutting these, I thought, you could use these for a variety of different things. So you can also use these craft paper tags and just put smaller versions of the cutout on those, and then you can attach those to larger gifts if you would like. And then I also thought, I could attach those to a little bit of everything. So this is just a Christmas ornament with a duct tape cutout right on the front. So duct tape is really, I thought I would use that to show how flexible it is in your holiday decor. All right, so that's a variety of ways to use if you have a Silhouette or a Cricut. But so what if you don't have that? Next is if you have a Sizzix, which is a cutting machine that uses dies, if you have any kind of die cutting machine, or even paper punches. We'll go over those next. So a die cutting machine, I use that to cut this mason jar cutout. And we're going to make this gift bag right here, which is a cute little mason jar with a bow. So once you cut that out, again, a duct tape sheet, which is amazing because it has the liner on the back. And these are just white paper lunch sacks. You can find them in any store, your grocery store, or a place like Walmart. Again, just like a sticker. Try not to let it stick to itself. Center it on. And then, so I wanted my mason jar to have a different color lid. And I really liked the idea of it having a gold lid, like a mason jar does. So I used, this is a Krylon gold leafing pen, and I just used that to color in the lid and just color it in. And we're going to cover it where the lid meets the jar with some baker's twine, so don't worry too much about getting a perfect line. And this is just like a paint pen. You could use a paint pen if you wanted a different color. I guess you could use a Sharpie, just anything you have. Color on a different color lid, and it sort of makes it look more like a mason jar, I think. So there we have a gold lid. And then I have some baker's twine, and I'm going to use green. And I'm just going to cut me a strand of it. And I'm going to be using hot glue and pressing it down so I have these little fingertips so I don't burn myself on camera. That would be embarrassing. All right, so just do a line of glue right where your paint ends. And then we're just going to lay down a couple strips of baker's twine to cover that. There. I set my good scissors out of the camera view, so I'm going to use those duct tape scissors on this baker's twine right this second. Okay, and about 3 strips will do. Then we're going to tie a bow and hot glue that on. And you'll have a really fun gift bag idea. It only took a few minutes to make, right? So what if you don't have a Sizzix on this fancy mason jar die, which, just giving a shout out to Eileen Hall, that is her die design, and I love it. If you do not have that, I would suggest printing a mason jar off the internet and tracing it onto the duct tape sheet and then cutting it out with scissors. Again, the Fiskars brand Duck Edition scissors are amazing when cutting duct tape. They don't gum up like other scissors can when cutting duct tape. If you don't have those, just try regular scissors. Fight through it and have an amazing gift bag just like that. Okay, so there's another version. And then I mentioned paper punches. So you might have a circle paper punch, even a little bitty one, and you could cut out circles. This duct tape is actually this iridescent duct tape, and it comes on a roll, but the roll has a backing, and it's just on this iridescent version, so be careful with that. But you can cut that with a paper punch and just add sort of some confetti on the front of a bag if you have a circle paper punch. But if you have a more intricate paper punch, like this Martha Stewart punch, you can actually do a window bag. So I paper punched all through the front, and so you can see the tissue paper from the inside. So I thought that was a good idea. So I'm going to show you how to do that really quick. So I took this glitter duct tape that is red and just applied it to the front and sort of overhang the sides. And I did that, and I've trimmed some of the sides, but I'm going to trim this last side right now. Overhang the sides and then just trim them off is the easiest way to do it. I tried a bunch of different ways to apply duct tape to the front. It's okay if it overlaps slightly, if the strips overlap slightly. You really can't tell. This is absolutely the easiest way to apply glitter to anything. I mean, this glitter does not shed. It's amazing. Okay, so this paper punch by Martha Stewart comes completely apart, and then it uses magnets to go back together, and it will not go back together incorrectly. And then these marks around the outside are for you to line up the previous punches. So I already punched twice, and you're just sticking the punch base into the bag, and then you line up where you punched previously with the base, with the markings on the base, and try to hold it as tight as possible and wait for that snap that you have the punch on correctly. And then this takes quite a bit of oomph, and I'm going to have to stand up. Hopefully I can stay out of the camera's view. But you really have to press hard, make sure it's all the way down, lift up, pop it off, then you can continue all the way down. When you're done, all the pieces that came out of your punch are just on the inside of your bag. You can just dump those out, and you'll have a cute little window bag to give to anyone in your gift giving list. So I hope this has showed you a variety of ways that you can use duct tape in your holiday crafting for all your gift giving needs. I'd love to know if you want to head to thecountrychicottage.net and search for this post, search for Duck Brand, and you can find any duct tape crafts I've done. I would love to know which of these bags is your favorite, because I'm sort of torn as to which one's my favorite. So I'd love to have your opinion on that. And head to craftyhangouts.com if you want to see more Hangouts on Air, sponsored by the Duck Brand. And you can see tons of ways to use duct tape in your holiday crafting this year. So thank you for joining me today. And again, head to countrysheepcottage.net to see more. Thanks. Bye.